Uh, yeah, so the welcome to country, it was odd, and it actually annoys me. Look, this might be a controversial topic for some people. For some people, they might not care, but I actually dislike welcome to country. When someone starts talking welcome to country, I switch off.
Why?
It annoys me.
Yeah, but why?
It annoys me because it makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong and like I'm not welcome in my own country. Why am I being welcome to my own country? Now, my heritage is Greek. If I was to go to America and someone said, "Where are you from?" I'm going to say Australia. I'm Australian. That's how in my mind, that's what I think of.
You're an Australian Greek.
I'm an Australian Greek, yes. Now, I speak Greek. I could go to Greece, no worries, and communicate with everyone there. But it annoys me, the welcome to country. And this particular one, maybe I can find it and play it for context, because I think it would be interesting for people to actually listen to. And I do have it because I did save it, I think because I wanted to actually talk about it on the podcast more than anything.
Pretty sure you sent it.
Oh, here we go. I do have it. See if you guys...
It's not a ceremony that we've invented to cater for white people. It's a ceremony we've been doing for 250,000 years plus BC. And the BC stands for before Cook. Prior to colonisation, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble for walking on someone else's lands without being welcomed onto those lands.
Now, I don't know if you heard there, but there was a part where after he said before Cook, the crowd actually reacted to that.
Yeah.
And in a negative way. And if that was me, I think I would have reacted negatively as well. I would have sat back down. I'm not going to entertain that. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's moved beyond what it's supposed to have been in the first place. Like maybe at the start it was like, okay, let's show a bit of respect.
Pay respect. Yeah.
Now it's a politically correct driven agenda. And that to me, when someone talks like that to me, right, because that was addressing 100,000 people and the nation, everyone watching.
Everyone watching, yeah.
Okay. That was not going to give the desired result, in my opinion. When you hear that sort of thing and that language and the way he said it, it was like, hey, you're trespassing on my land.
Yeah, you white people.
You white people, you need approval before you can step on one man's land, before you can do this. So now when I go out to lunch after this podcast and I walk down Bay Street, I have to go thank and say, thank you can I please walk here? Am I allowed to walk on this footpath? Am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do that?
Do you do that?
I don't leave the office without it.
Why did they, when did it start?
I don't know. I haven't done any research on it in that regard, but I believe it's a politically driven agenda now. I hate when I go to to like any event. I went to an event, a breakfast the other day, and they did it there. They did it more than once.
Yeah.
One speaker got up, did it, and then another person got up. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this. Shut the fuck up.
I don't want to
hear your shit.
I don't want to acknowledge the LGBTQ community and all the gays.
Exactly. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm here for an awards night.
Yeah.
I'm got perfect example. I promise you, I should record it. I'm going to a Master Builder Awards mid next month. I guarantee they're going to do it. Now, I'll tell you what. If you care so much about welcome to country and giving them their lands and and respecting them, give them back. Give them back their lands. Stop bitching and moaning and saying thank you. Oh, we're sorry. No, okay, because what they've done is create divide. I believe right now this conversation here is creating divide, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm divided.
The whole thing
I'm
is,
not enjoying that. That annoyed me. Not
what was the vote yesterday?
Not the right.
About?
I think it was to give them a voice in Parliament.
Yeah,
and now
voice.
Yeah, and this is again where John Howard came out and he said no. Like, I'm voting for no, and people are, how could you do that? It's like, yeah, but you're giving a minority, a race, a voice. That is, in a definition, racist. Okay, why are you giving a race a voice over another race?
Yeah.
Over, like, we are Australian as one. And I spoke to
and it's not like if someone was to rise to the ranks, they'd be like, excuse me, you're of a certain nation, you can't. Like, you're of a certain background, you're indigenous, you cannot. Do you know what I mean? They would never do that.
Exactly.
But it's the fact that they're trying to fill that seat with someone who only ticks that particular box.
Yes.
It's the same thing with, was it construction? Where they're like 50% women, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
I think they were pushing, I don't think it was specifically that, but industries like that. Yeah.
Certain industries where they're like, we're going to hire 50% women.
Yeah.
And
Say engineering, for example.
Yeah, but you're lowering, because you're lowering the overall pool.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
exactly
you're
what you're
reducing the amount of people you can pick from because there is less women that do that particular thing.
That's right.
And then you're actually lowering the overall skill level.
That's right.
So you're going to have worse off people because you want to be politically correct.
That's right.
Yeah. I am not in any way PC at all.
Yeah, and it just purely annoys me. It purely annoyed, or not, I don't think about it in my day-to-day life, right?
Wake
Very
up and you're
rare.
like, fucking.
But it was, what's driven this conversation was that, because I've heard plenty of welcome to countries in the past and never reacted this way. But that one annoyed me because of the way it was delivered. It was like you don't have a right to, I felt like, you know what it is? I feel like I'm doing something wrong because I'm an Australian. That's what it is. It comes down to like, what? Hey, should I not be here? Have I trespassed?
I know, but
I have to thank you to be here.
They talk about
Maybe I'm being ignorant about this. Yeah?
Inclusions. What's it called?
Inclusivity.
What's that? DEI.
Don't know.
Do you know what DEI is?
No.
Iggy, do you know what DEI is? DEI, diversion.
Never heard of it. Diversity. I don't know.
Diversity. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you heard of it. See?
No, you Googled it.
Did you Google it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah. So it's like include everyone, blah, blah, blah. But the whole thing of doing that is you're actually excluding them because you're saying like, oh, you're from a different group.
Yeah.
So we're going to have that. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole thing is contradictory.
You're just creating divide.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing. It's creating divide.
Yeah, because you're saying, but you are
nation.
from.
I think it's detrimental to the nation.
Dude,
I was speaking to my
It happens
coach.
in the US.
Yeah, 100%.
Massively
I heard
in
it
the
there too.
US.
They're saying they're welcome to the country. They same deal. I heard I can't remember who it was. It was some talk show host was saying something about that, and that's where he actually said it. He goes, if you care so much about their lands, give them back. Right, stop bitching and moaning. Give them back to them. Let them run the place. We'll just we'll say sorry. We'll come and call you every single day. We want to go down Bay Street and pick up lunch. And make sure it's okay. We'll fill out a permit to come on the land, or you get an annual subscription, whatever it might be. But I was speaking to my PT this morning. I actually asked him out of curiosity because he's from New Zealand. I said, "Do you guys do that at all? Do you have a welcome to country, anything like that?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "We don't." He goes, "When we came here the first time, we actually found it quite odd that it was happening at places, at events, and in the aeroplanes and all that sort of stuff."
Does that happen at events?
Absolutely it does. What do you mean at events? Have you not the grand final, every final?
The finals, yeah.
No, they'll do it at events.
I feel like it's new.
No,
the finals.
No, they've been doing it for quite
Like the last 5 years.
No, they've been doing it longer than that.
You reckon?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Mate, my
even
kids do it.
when big artists come to Australia, it happens.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
Oh, really?
I'd believe that. My kids do it like every time they do an assembly. Like we go to assembly for.
Oh, dude, they were definitely not doing that when I was in school.
Oh, no chance.
Yeah.
It's got to the point where my kids know there's an anthem for Aboriginal people now as well. Like there's a welcome to country song, I think, or something like that. My kids know it. Wouldn't even know the first 3 words.
You don't even know what it's called.
I don't even know what it's called. But this is what I mean. They're teaching them all that. Like that is becoming part of the curriculum now. But why? Like, what are you teaching the children in that instance? I don't understand the huge advantage. It's okay, yes, understand what came from our country, right? But why do you need to learn about rainbow time and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
That's
But in saying that, I did learn that in school too.
Rainbow time.
Whatever it was,
Like the gays.
No. It's
rainbow time.
No, not that dude. Relax.
Okay.
Getting straight to gays.
What's rainbow time? They're in the rainbow.
No. No, that's Aboriginals do.
What?
No. There's there is something. It's called. I'll find it later.
Rainbow time.
It is.
Have you heard
it? It is. It's a story. It's an Aboriginal story of some sort. But they know all. Like, there's no advantage. I don't see where that forms part of the curriculum. Like, what's it helping teach? Where's it guide them in what direction? Okay, you can do it for a subject in a year, but why do it every year? Why do it every single time? Why sing the Welcome to Country? Exactly. Why sing the Welcome to Country song before the national anthem? Like, why do that? Why is it that that's mandatory? It has to be part of it.
Was there a point of time, maybe I'm ignorant here, but was there a point in time where they're like, okay, was there a marker in the ground, like, from here it happened, or a particular thing happened, or?
Don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
not sure. Oh, look, I've never had an issue with it, in all honesty, in the sense of, when I say never had an issue with it, I've never liked it. But that one just annoyed me enough to actually be talking about it today. And look, Mabs, you guys think I'm being a dickhead? Like, say it. Call me out. Tell me why. Educate me.
What's your
Here's
take
the thing,
on
right? I'm so logical with things that when I see illogical things happen, I switch off. Shut the fuck up. I'm done. I just switch off. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear you. I'm not going to engage. We run events, yeah? As long as my ass points to the ground, I will never do a welcome to country. Okay?
As long as your ass points to the ground?
Yes. So you're still alive.
Yeah. I was trying to pick up what you said.
I'm not gonna do a welcome to country at any event. And if I ever did, it was forced, or I had to do it, or I got paid a fuckload of money. Even then, I probably wouldn't do it. It goes against my values, so I'm not going to sell out on that. I just don't think it's necessary anymore. That's all.
Did you ever think it was necessary?
It was never something that I thought was missing out of my life or the country.
I also think like racism's a real thing. Like, let's be clear about that.
And I don't want that. Okay, thank you for bringing that up, because this has nothing to do with that.
I know,
okay?
No.
Yeah, and maybe if it comes across like that, it's nothing to do with race.
Yeah, and it's not.
And it's nothing to do about excluding people or minorities, or like, we got gay friends. Like, I've got nothing against any minority or anything like that. It's just when you take it to extreme, it's, hey, push back a bit, like, relax, calm your farm.
I have a question.
Please.
How much do you guys know about the history of Aboriginal people and like the last 200 years of history of Australia?
Not
so 200 or 250,000?
200.
Because 250,000, surely that's not real. 250,000.
You're talking about a bloke who's got no fucking idea. Honestly.
So that's actually true, the 250,000. So they are one of the oldest civilizations in the world.
Know that. I think, I did know that. I don't know how far they go back. I don't, to answer your question, Iggy, not a huge amount. It doesn't interest me, and I have no need to learn it. So that's why I don't. And so am I talking from a place of ignorance now? I'm open to the conversation. If someone wants to call me out on that, I'm open to it.
It's actually quite similar to what happened in America with the blacks. I'll just call them blacks.
Absolutely.
Black Lives Matter.
No. With all the slavery and it was disgusting stuff. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying that that's acceptable. I'm not saying that we should just forget it. Like, yes, it was a part of the history of our country.
So there were slaves. Is that what?
Yeah, they were taken out of their families and they were put in camps, and they were like, children were taken away from the families because they were like, these are savages. We got to protect these. We got to protect these children because they're growing up with savages. So they would take the children out and put them, and make them civilized per se.
More than I would say kidnapping.
Yeah,
they would just steal the children and put them in whatever it is, like a religious school.
Yeah, to bring them as part of their society.
So first, so the difference between New Zealand and Australia is that the difference, because New Zealand's they were more stronger, and you know like what New Zealand's look like.
Yeah.
So the big guys, they actually were a little bit smarter when first like the English came into the lands. So they traded guns and stuff. So when there was a civil war inside, the Maoris already had guns to fight. But for Australia, it was a different story.
And I don't think the population was probably as big either, like the native population of Aboriginal people maybe. I don't know. But I was speaking, so funny you brought that up. So I was speaking to my PT who is of Maori heritage, and he lived in New Zealand. He's been here for the last, 6-7 years, whatever it is. And I said, do you do welcome to countries? He goes, no, we never have. It's an odd, we found it odd when we came over. I said, okay, that's interesting. He goes, yeah, but over there, it's not seen as us and them. It's not seen as whites and blacks or anything like that. He goes, we're seen as a nation. He goes, we don't have that segregation between the two. And I said, well, that's exactly what it should be like here as well, because we're all Australian. There shouldn't be two separate flags.
Do you reckon New Zealand's got it down pat?
Oh, no idea. I don't know enough about that or anything.
Just in general, like as a country.
I don't know, man. No idea. I've never been. I don't research enough. I don't have enough interest to look deeply into it. I'm just looking at the issue that's in front of me. And I think it is. Like, I know for a fact there's going to be people that hate what I'm saying right now. Hate it. But there's also going to be a lot of people that agree with what I'm saying. And I actually believe it's the vast majority of people. In all honesty, I honestly believe it's the vast majority of people that agree with what I'm saying, that are sick of being welcomed, that are sick of being put through shit like that, because that was disgusting. That, to me, just created huge divide. And he did more damage than good in that person, whoever that person was that did the Welcome to Country. He did more damage than good. He's trying to go up there and stick up for whatever, his beliefs, his heritage, his fellow Aboriginal people. But I think it created more divide and more angst against whatever he was trying to achieve.
So looking at it objectively, imagine you didn't live here.
Yep.
But you just saw someone who felt the way you feel.
Okay.
And then you saw what happened. And then you saw, like, there's two parties, right? There's two sides.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a bunch of people who feel like this, and there's that guy obviously feels a certain way to speak the way he did.
Absolutely he does. He would be very passionate about that too. And not, like, give credit when credit's due. He stood up in front of 100,000 people and the country and told everyone to get fucked. Yeah,
he did, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, to a degree, you got balls, bro. Like, well done. You've got up there and you've stood up for what you believe. But
so is it I'm just going to say this.
Say it, go see.
Is it like he didn't strike me as a wickedly intelligent bloke, but is it a form of
socioeconomic?
No. Is it a form of, like, they feel either like victimized or untreated fairly?
Without a doubt. But here's the thing with being victimized, like, you're going to play that card. You're going to be a victim your whole life.
Yeah, but if that's all you know, right? Like, I grew up... Okay. So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.